Okay, I'm going to discuss a very important topic on generative AI, which is very latest in the sense this has been out for generally available for customers just on November 1st. So as everyone know, AI has been making a great progress for the past few months, especially the branch of generative AI. And now what is happening is with this generative AI, there are a lot many products that are coming into market. So if you have not watched my sessions, then you can go to MFIRD channel and you can see that there is a lot many other videos where I have discussed about generative AI, chat GPT, DAL-E, and also AI art. If you have missed some of those, you can go to my website as well. By the way, I'm for the people who doesn't know me, I'm Shahansha. I work in an MNC as an automation and AI lead. I'm from Andhra. And if you want to know more details, you can go to my website, shansha.com. Now, coming back to the topic, generative AI. So first, let's try to understand what is generative AI. So whenever we are going to job, college, or any other place, what we do, the only thing which we do is we generate content. So generation of content, you will write a book, you will create slides, you will write in Word document, or you will create Excels, or you create PPTs, or you create articles. So all those things which you do is content generation. Either you are a student, either you are a teacher, either you are a employee that is working in IT or any other field, what you do is content generation. Now, if content generation can be done with AI, then that is called generative AI. Basically, the content generation, the content can be anything. If that is generated through AI, that specific branch is called generative AI. So what is AI, artificial intelligence? Like what human can do. Like human can learn, can process, can give outcomes. If that computer can do, then that is called AI. But there is a specific branch which is called generative AI. Generative AI is basically to produce the content. So the content can be, so content can be text, content can be image, content can be video. In the similar way, content can be code, what we write, code, or it can be PPT, Word, anything. So now if you ask anything AI just in text, and then if it is giving you outcome, then that is called generative AI. So you give a piece of text, which is called prompt. So which is called prompt. Prompt is nothing but what the input you give. So you give an input, it's a piece of text, and then that will be converted into anything. So for example, text to text, and let's say text to image. So these are very famous. So let's go and see some of the examples. If you go to bing.com/new, because this works great in this, let's go to bing.com/new. So for example, let's say that I go say start chatting, and now Bing is using GPT-4. Bing is using GPT-4. So you might have already seen Chat GPT and a lot of different things. Now, similarly, for free, you can use bing.com/new, and then you can give any kind of question. So basically, it is showing my organization's data, unfortunately, but what I wanted to do is go to Bing images and say create. So this is generative AI with images. So you give a piece of text and you say that create, then it will create it for you. So this is called text to image. Similarly, if you go to Chat GPT, you give a piece of text and it gives you outcome. For example, you say that in Chat GPT, let's go to Chat GPT, and you give a piece of text, then that is called uh, text to text. So now we are going to next level, which is text to anything. Text to anything. So that's the next level. Text to anything in the sense text to Word, text to PPT, text to Excel, text to app, text to automation. That is the next level of generative AI. And how that is achieved? That is achieved with the help of, now Microsoft calling it is called as Copilot. So Copilot It's not called autopilot for a reason. Autopilot in the sense it can do anything on its own. But Copilot, Microsoft is calling it as Microsoft Copilot, which means that this is being used along with human intervention. So this is used along with human intervention. So you will be hearing this word called Copilot going forward a lot, because this Copilot is coming to every application Microsoft has, and every other application which we have, we will be soon having copilots. So Copilot is nothing but an AI assistance. AI assistance. So I'll showcase a simple example for us to understand. I'm going to Word. So Word everyone uses on day-to-day basis. And in that Word, for example, you have to create an article. Let's say that you have to create an article. Here is Copilot. So this is a plugin. This is exactly a extra plugin. So here you say that write about, let's say I wanted to write article on climate change. So I said write article on climate change. So now what it does is like ChatGPT, it also creates an text. And but the difference is that now whatever you wanted to do, then it will be directly available within the context of your word. So once you have here, then you can just say that, okay, you copy and paste it. Now, if you want to change anything, for example, you want to summarize, you wanted to do anything. So here also, if you see, here it is. So here you see this. So if you want to write something, let's say, you say generate, then what it does is it goes ahead and generates the content. So within your famous Word application. So this is the AI assistant. This is the AI assistant. You might have seen other kind of assistants in the past in Word, but now you can do it right away within your Word document. And this is called Copilot for Word. So similarly, there are a lot many Copilots that are coming for Windows products. In Microsoft world, this is called Copilot. And then in Google world, similarly, every company is working on this AI assistance. So in Google world, this is called Duet AI. Duet AI. So which is kind of a similar name to Copilot, but in Google world. At this point, Google is little behind the game, and Microsoft is really, really ahead of the game, because Microsoft has already released, and that is not just in preview. From November 1st, it is already in generally available. So this is Copilot. Let's see some of the use cases, or let's see some of the Copilots. I'm going to play some videos. Let me know if you can see those videos. So for example, let's say, so let's look into this video. Let me know if everyone can hear the audio and see the video.
Yes, the audio as well.
Okay, thank you. So So this is Microsoft Copilot for M365. What's M365 is Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Teams. These are all Microsoft 365 products. And this is M365 Copilot, which means that, for example, you need to write a request for a proposal document, or you want to create a reporting document, or you wanted to do anything else which you used to do manually at some point. Now you can do it directly with the help of Copilot. If you want to reference to some document, for example, I'll showcase you other use case. I'm not able to showcase everything uh, on my demos because I have some organization information. So for that reason, I'm showcasing some videos, but I will also showcase the relevant demos. But I cannot showcase the full capability because it touches some organization. I have my organization account where Copilot is enabled. We'll discuss about the license in a bit. So if you see, I just wanted to showcase, for example, let's say Microsoft Copilot in Word.
Copilot in Microsoft 365 can help you unleash creativity at work. Imagine you need to create a rock-solid proposal to win the business, and you don't have time for writer's block. You can use Copilot to draft a proposal based on your customer notes in OneNote, as well as another internal document. Copilot scans the target files and gets to work, quickly generating a first draft with all the key details from the files you provided. Now, let's say you want this to look like your previous proposals. Copilot can give you a draft in the format you typically use. It inserts product images and pulls in relevant visuals from other files. You can include a short summary at the top of the document. And Copilot can make suggestions to strengthen the proposal, like adding an FAQ, which it will generate for you to refine.
Now, think of your office or anything. For example, you are doing research or you are writing some word generations like reports, and you have your notes at one place, or you have your PPTs, and you have your reference documents in the past, some other documents. You can refer to all those different types of documents like I have been showing here. So here is your Copilot. So here is the Copilot, and here is your Copilot. So basically you can ask it anything. So whatever you ask is basically commands. So for example, he's saying that, okay, to fine tune it, make it formal. And here it is, if you want to keep it, I wanted to keep it. And here is the Copilot. And you click here, and then whatever you wanted to, for example, reference a file. You want to reference a file and get the information from that file, you can reference a file and get it. Similarly, if you want some ideas, inspire me, then it is going to add some ideas. So basically bringing the power of GPTs into your applications. So it has written us a lot. Similarly, if you want to write FAQs, if you want to add summary, if you want to add sections, if you want to change the formatting of the document, or if you want to make it look like your older documents, everything can be done with the help of Copilot. Here, what we give input is just the prompts. So here, if you say what are the impacts, then it will give you the article. And if you want, you can keep it, or if you want to change, it can give more content as well. But then we should be really, really careful. This is AI generated content, and most times I mean, sometimes it can give incorrect answers. Sometimes it can be biased as well. So we should be really, really careful what is the outcome. So we should review these outcomes before we use it really for something solid. If you are doing a research, or if you are doing it for office work, you should be really careful. This is all AI generated content. We should be really careful and review it. So this is Word Copilot. Now let's go to PowerPoint. So now you wanted to create a PowerPoint for something. So let's say I wanted to create a PowerPoint for this session, or I wanted to create a presentation for Python tutorials. So I'm saying create a presentation with 10 slides. about Python course. Right. So what it does is it's going to create 10 slides with Python course. So that's simple it is. It is going to add you images, it's going to add you content, it's going to do everything for us. So this is PowerPoint Copilot.
So Shahansha bhai, it is a plugin or things the Copilot will show here.
Yeah, it's a plugin. I'll talk to you about the pricing of it, but then these copilots are plugins to your existing applications. So out there is Word Copilot, there is PowerPoint Copilot, there is every other copilots you can see. So why Python? Okay, questions. Keep your questions in the chat window. We'll have 15 minutes of time at the end or 10 minutes of the time at the end. But for now, this is a plugin which is available for our existing Microsoft products. I'll keep all your questions in the chat window. So Python basics, here is the data types and variables, flow control, all those things. So if you see, I have immediately created this thing. So now if you want to add, organize this presentation, if you want this to look like your previous presentations, or if you want to pull information from some reference files, you can do all those things. If you want to pull information from your OneNotes, or if you want to pull information from some other PDF, or if you want to, for example, I wanted to add a slide. I'm saying add a slide to compare Python with other languages. So what it does is it goes ahead and creates the content. So now this is basically you are giving a prompt. If the prompt is good, then it is going to do the action and get it working. Earlier, you have to add a slide, you have to get the content, write the content, you have to do everything. But now you just give a piece of code and then it is going to create for you. This is called, yeah, it's comparison of Python with Java and C++. It has given us this information. So that easy it is. You can get the base draft of everything. Again, you have to make sure, for example, here you see the image. This is really not relevant. So this is the beginning. Honestly, this is just the beginning of what these co-pilots can do. Sooner or later, these co-pilots will be really, really powerful, that it will be able to give very good, accurate results and accurate images. At this point, so this is what it can do. There are many other things which you can do. Summarize this presentation, organize this, reference to some other files, convert to some other formats. All those things you can use Copilot, and you will be able to. You won't be able to see this Copilot at this point because you don't have the subscription for Copilot. Now let's talk about how do you get Copilot? Copilot is generally available from Microsoft at this point with $30 per month per user. $30 per month per user. There is no free or trial for this at this point. But if you are working in an organization, you can approach through your organization to get Copilot for your license. Because now, see, the biggest thing is the person first who explores this AI tools, the people who, for example, if you want to change the domain or if you are looking to bring AI into your existing stuff, what you have to do is you need to explore the latest and the greatest and see where is the opportunity. Every person who uses laptop, who uses or an employee use Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all other things. But now if we can do it with a minimally possible base with like Copilot, then you have to start exploring. That's the reason we have these sessions. So we can understand that why this is needed, because this makes productivity 10x times faster. It has been proved that by 2024 and 90% of people will knowingly, unknowingly will be using AI one or the other way, and it increases the productivity like anything. So this is PowerPoint Copilot. Let's move into Excel Copilot. So here is an Excel, and then here is Copilot. So for example, Excel is really, really great for analytics, calculations, and all those things. So in that context, for example, I have an analytical thing. Let's say that I have analytics of a large thing. and then I ask a question that what is the highest salary of an employee or something like that. Let's try that as well. So I'm going to get sample employee data. So I'm going to get some sample data. So let's say this is CSV data. Let's try this. So I'm going to have this Excel data. So I have put it this here, and then here is the Copilot. So let's say, does this have some salary? Department. Fortunately, it doesn't have salary, but okay. Let's say I wanted to ask what is the
No,
commissioner
it has.
is ready or
Shahansha,
any.
it
Sorry.
has. It seems that maybe the column got changed, I guess.
Oh, okay. 1 second. In that case, okay.
Copying.
Column got changed while I'm copying. So let me quickly grab this. Okay, so here is the salary. So now I wanted to ask a question, which employee has highest salary? So Copilot works on your data and it tries to give you the outcome of it, understanding your data, and it tries to analyze the data and gives you outcome. This is really powerful because AI is doing things which you have to. So it's saying that Nina and Lex has 17,000 as highest salary. So here is Nina and Lex, these two people. Unfortunately, this is wrong because there is 24,000 as well. As I said in the beginning, AI can give you wrong answers. It is up to this. This is a very good example that we have given this, and we can instantly see this. And you're here, you see this. If you ask Microsoft, hey, I'm getting wrong answer, then he will say that it's in preview. It's in preview, and then you should you are on your own. That preview term says that AI generate can be incorrect. So sometimes, again, this may be a bad example because it's giving a wrong answer. I can definitely see 24,000. I don't know what it has analyzed, but then the thing is, it's able to analyze your data, look into your data, filter your data, sort your data, do anything whichever you want it to do. I'm guessing the data might not be copied right. That's the reason it might be not able to analyze it right. But if the data is right, hopefully it should be able to. Let me delete it everything and retry. It's this sheet. Let's try to copy this again and see if that works. Yeah, you wanted to convert this into a table, then it is suggesting me as I'm saying, no, this is not the table I wanted to delete this. Let me make this as table. So here it is, and let's give it a try again. Let's try again and see if that works. No, it's giving wrong answer. So this is a classic example that AI can give wrong answers, but however, it's in preview. It's good to keep testing. I can raise a bug to Microsoft, say that this is not working right as expected. Maybe something is wrong here. Maybe it's wrong with Copilot. Anyway, let's not go into that details, but the primary understanding is that Copilot in Excel can help you do a lot, many different things. For example, let's go ahead and have a look at the Copilot examples. Microsoft makes very fancy videos, but we have to understand that these are all definitely in previews. Some things are previews, some things are generally available. So let's go ahead and see this.
Copilot in Excel helps you make sense of all your data. Say you need to analyze this quarter's sales results. You start by asking Copilot to analyze the data and give you 3 key trends. Within seconds, you've got what you need. but you want to drill in. You ask Copilot a follow-up question about one of the trends. Copilot creates a new sheet, giving you a sandbox to play in and helping you better understand what's happening. You ask Copilot to visualize what contributed to the decline in sales growth this period. Copilot adds a little color to make the problem jump off the page. Now you want to dig deeper and ask a follow-up question with a what-if scenario. Copilot not only answers your question, it creates a simple model and even asks if you want to learn more about what it did with a step-by-step breakdown. Finally, you can ask it to create a graph of your projected model. Copilot in Excel turned a sea of data into clear insights and actions.
So this is Copilot for Excel. So the next thing is, similarly, there are Copilots for Teams, Outlook, M365. So there are a lot many SharePoint Copilot, Power BI Copilot, lot many Copilots. Because I have Copilot enabled for my organization, I cannot show you Outlook and Teams, but it's good to know what Teams Copilot can do. Let's see, these are all only 1-minute videos. I'll share the links as well, but do have a look.
Copilot in Teams makes every meeting a productive one. Here, you're in a meeting with your team. You can ask Copilot to summarize what's happened so far. Copilot summarizes who said what and what points were made, capturing the spirit of the discussion. And as the meeting progresses, you can check in on where people stand. You can even ask Copilot what questions are unresolved. It is just amazing to see this happen in real time during a meeting.
So Copilot in Teams, what it can do is, if you have a meeting or if you have conversations with people, if you ask a question, for example, there is a meeting of 2 hours, and then you have a question like what this person said, or what was the outcome of it, what is the summary of it, can you recap, what are the top highlights of it? It's able to give us right things. But one thing is, you need to record the meeting and turn on the transcript. Based on transcript, it actually gives us the answers. That's Teams Copilot. And this is really, really useful, especially when you're not attending the meetings. So you have the things, you get the answers directly from that Teams. Let's look into Outlook Copilot.
Copilot in Outlook helps you stay on top of email. You have important emails to respond to. Copilot can help you separate the signal from the noise and give you hours of time back. It helps you triage your inbox so you can prioritize the most important emails. And Copilot helps you on the go in Outlook Mobile. It can summarize long email threads. You can draft a reply, use data from an Excel file, and Copilot will generate a reply for you. You can edit it. You can make it more concise, change the writing style, or add more context. Now all that's left to do is review the proposed response and hit send. It's a productivity game changer.
Outlook is also another game changer. For example, our English is bad, and then we wanted to write a good reply, or you wanted to keep it. You can choose the tone. You can basically treats our emails, and then it is able to reply to those emails. It won't auto send, but then it generates the drafts. Then you can review it and send it. So this is really helpful for a lot many people who are struggling to write emails, or who wanted to. For example, you went on a vacation and you have 500 emails. And you don't know which one is important and which one you need to respond, in which you are tagged, unless you go through each email. But this will be really helpful for us, so that it prioritizes and it says that, okay, you need to work on this, attention, all those things. Again, it's keeping human in the loop. It won't do anything on its own. It will just generate few things, but then human should be in the loop. Because when you're sending an email to the client and you use Copilot and it has written some garbage, then it will be a disaster. So we should be, human should be really in the centric of this all Copilots. Now Windows Copilot. So for example, if I need to change the background of my laptop, or background of my Windows desktop, So what we do, I go and I do the right click, and then I will say that, hey, change the background, and you select the image. But now these co-pilots are that you don't have to do anything. You just say what you need to do, then it will do. Um, so that is called Windows Copilot. Windows Copilot is an OS level Copilot, which will be helpful. Can you guys turn off your audio? So let's see Copilot.
I do better when you do better. You do better when I do better. Better as one, yeah, better together. 'Cause I do better when you do better. Rising up, we come together, yeah, taking center stage. It's her time, yeah, time for her to shine. She be on her way. Rising up, we come together, yeah, taking center stage. It's her time, yeah, time for her to shine. She be on her way. Keep moving, yeah, watch me dance. Shout out loud, yeah, champion sound. It's a renegade anthem, shout out proud. Rising up, we come together, yeah, taking center stage. It's her time, yeah, time for her to shine. She be on her way. Rising up, we come together, yeah, taking center stage. It's her time, yeah, time for her to shine. She be on her way. Watch the guy just go, 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 stand up, let's go, 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 take over like go, 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 rise up, let's go, 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 rising up, we come together, yeah, taking center stage. It's her time, yeah, time for her to shine. She be on her way. Take over like go, 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 rise up, let's go.
Yeah, I know that you might be feeling that this is kind of an Microsoft show up, but the basic thing which I wanted to say is that the things which you do day by day, this is going to change. The way you are doing this today is going to change with the help of Copilot. So Copilot is in Windows OS, Copilot is in Microsoft products, Copilot is in everything which you are using day to day. There's also Copilot for other things like SharePoint, Copilot for Power Platform, and in a bit I'll showcase you Copilot for Power Platform as well. So let me see if I have covered what I wanted to cover. So this is Windows Copilot, Word, PPT, Excel. Uh, okay, there's other Copilots like GitHub, all those things as well. But for now, I'm going to showcase you the other types of Copilots. So far what we have seen is M365 Copilot, Windows Copilot, Teams Copilot. But then, for example, if you are a maker, so what you do is, maker in the sense you are a developer. This is everything everyone uses day to day. So this is something which everyone uses day to day. What you say is, instead of you doing it manually, you are going to do it a piece of text, and it will do it for us. So that's the Copilot. Now, if you are a developer, so what does developer Copilot means? I'm going to showcase one example. There is also Power Platform Copilot and GitHub Copilot. Let's not go into details, but let's look into how the Copilot works. So I'll show you Power Platform Copilot, how developers can get benefit out of it. So let's see this. Let's see what is Power Platform first. Because I know many people in the call may not have awareness on Power Platform, but I'll just quickly say what is Power Platform. The Power Platform is a set of tools from Microsoft, which is Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Virtual Agents, Pages, and Power BI. So these 5 tools all together is called Power Platform. So Power BI is used for data analytics. It's a business intelligence tool. And then Power Pages is building a website like WordPress. Power Virtual Agents is for chatbot. and Power Automate is for automations. Power Apps is to build mobile or desktop applications. These 5 tools all together, if you don't know, that's fine. We'll talk why, what, how about this in a bit. So these 5 tools are really helpful. What we do on your PC, well, as a developer, you develop an app, or you develop a website, or you develop a chatbot, or you do automation, or you do business intelligence. So all these things are bundled, and this is called Power Platform. So this is something which organizations are using a lot these days, and this is done with low code, no code, which means that you drag and drop and develop a chatbot. You drag and drop and develop an automation. You drag and drop, you develop a mobile application. So that power is possible with the Power Platform. Now they have introduced a Copilot in this Power Platform as well, which means that now it's much more easy. You don't have to even drag and drop, but you can develop an app. So how do we do that? Let me showcase that part. So here is an Power App. How do we develop an app, mobile application or a desktop application? For example, we wanted to develop some app. Let's say that we wanted to develop create an app, anything which you give just with text, create an app for traffic data, or let's say ground data. Let's say we wanted to collect some kind of information on something. For example, create an app for field data collection. I'm saying that for field data collection, I need to create an app. I just gave this piece of code and I'm saying, hey, enter. And then what happens is, this is first thing which happens while you are trying to create some application is creating your database. So what this does is, this is a Copilot for Power Apps. It does create a database first. So it says field ID, field name, field type, etc. And then it has given me some basic table. Now, for example, I wanted to add some columns or modify the columns. And it also added, by the way, data type as well. Now I'm saying add status column. So with just your some basic text inputs, you are able to create a database and you are able to manipulate. For example, if you see, the status has been created. Now, if I say that status, it is saying status 1, status 2, but now I wanted to make it as a choice. For example, status is active, inactive, something like that. Then I'll say that change status column to choice of active, inactive. So let's see if it changes. Yeah, now if you see, status column has been changed and it is active and inactive. Similarly, if you want any kind of columns, you can do that. I need 5 columns with this names, with this data type, it will create it. Earlier, you have to create it manually or use some kind of tool to do it. But then now with just the commands, you are creating a database and then you say create app. So what it does is, now it's going to create the app, and this is called Power Apps Copilot. So the power of creating an app with just the commands or with just the prompt, that's fantastic. You're developing a mobile app, in fact, with the help of commands. This is Power Apps Copilot. And by the way, this Power Apps runs on mobile. This Power Apps runs on your browser as well. So the app name, field data collection, and it is creating an app for me. Here is the app which it has created. If you see this, so this is an app. I'm going to play it. If you see, so here is the app. So if you want to create a new field data, you click on new and then you enter these things. Now, if you want to modify existing one, you click on this and then you say edit, then you can edit it. But now if you want to actually delete it, you select delete, you can delete it. So it has created a basic app for me. Now if I wanted to add a new screen, add a blank screen and add gallery. I'm saying I'm not doing anything. I'm not dragging, drop, or writing anything. I just said that add a blank screen and add gallery. So let's see what it does. So it is creating a screen, if you see, and it has added a gallery. So this is awesome. I mean, people who doesn't know development, they can do the development with just the text piece of comments. At least they should know what they need to. For here is the field data collection. If you select it, the gallery will now have that items. So if you see this, so this is the gallery. So that simple is app development. So this is called Copilot in Power Apps. So next, let's see Copilot in Power Automate. Power Automate is a tool which is used to develop automations. So what we can do here is, for example, if something happens, then we need to create an automation. For example, let's say that when a file in SharePoint is deleted, then send the email. Send an email. Let's say that send an email. So this is an automation which I need to write. So whether your requirement says that when a file is deleted in a folder, then you need to get an email instantly. So now you click on this generate. What it does is it is going to this feature is called Copilot, or sometimes it is called describe it to design it. So if you see this, when a file is deleted, it is going to send me an email. So you click on next and your automation is created. So you don't have to do anything. You just have to give the SharePoint location where your file is, then it will automatically send you an email. Now, if you want to get Teams notification, you want to get email and Teams notification, and you say that and Teams notification. You just type it. Now, if you see that the flow, this is called flow or automation. When a file is deleted in SharePoint, send an email and then post a message in chat or channel. So this is how generative AI in Power Automate works. So you just click on next and you will be able to create the flow for it. So this is Copilot in Power Automate. So with this, any complicated automation you can do, any complicated automation. It's not just SharePoint. For example, you have multiple things like OneDrive, SharePoint, Google Drive, or whatever you wanted to do, all the types of automations you can do with different system, not just one system, any system. And what you have to do, describe your requirements in a right prompt. Then it will be doing the automation for you. Then it will be creating an app for you. Then it will be creating a website for you. Then it can be creating code for you. So that's how all these things work. So GitHub Copilot. So what is GitHub Copilot? You say what you need and it's going to write a code for you. So that's GitHub Copilot. Let's see if I can see a video for that. Some things I cannot show because it has organization data. So that's the reason. Let's see if this is the right one.
GitHub Copilot is an AI pair programmer that we built to help you rediscover the joy and creativity of coding. By drawing context from comments and code, Copilot suggests individual lines and whole functions instantly. It's currently available as an extension for NeoVim, VS Code, Visual Studio, and the family of JetBrains IDEs. Copilot handles low-level tasks and common problems like scaffolding new code and APIs, building regular expressions, or even working in unfamiliar programming language. Copilot helps you stay in the flow by quickly offering a variety of suggestions, new paths, and ideas for new frameworks. This lets you spend less time on boilerplate and repetitive code patterns and more time building great software. Copilot works for all major programming languages and is intelligent enough to adapt to your personal style over time. It can even help you learn new programming languages. To learn more, check out this link. Now, if only Copilot could suggest a cool way to end this video. Oh, that's not bad. Ooh,
Yeah, this is Copilot. The video is not great, but Copilot for GitHub is really, really powerful and really, really helpful. I think the first disruption that happens to any industry is software industry, because whatever we can do as a software employee, most of the things generative AI can do. The coding part, debugging part, or do anything that can be done with generative AI for sure. And the other thing is related to, let me quickly see if I can bring in this slash, maybe I can. I just wanted to change it from my organization to personal account. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. So this is Bing new. As I said, the new Bing will actually bring you the GPT-4, and then there are many new features as well. For example, create image, upload image. So I have given something like this, create image. So what this does is primarily it's going to, yeah, I'll try to create. Yeah, it's giving some information, but basically, yeah, it's trying to create an image. If you want to do any images as well, if you want to create some content or things like that, you can directly go ahead and use that. Yeah, here is the image. So if you see this, it has created this image. This is really neat. So here is the image which it has created. So Bing is one of the best free solution for you to actually use for text to text, text to image. So this is powered by DALL-E, or you can go to Bing image creator. You just say bing.com/, I think it's create. No, I don't remember it exactly. In the last session, I have given a complete session on this. So here is Bing.com/create. So here you give whatever you need, whatever you want, you just give the thing and it will be able to create the image for you. This is Bing image creator, and this is AI image creator. So the other important thing is generating images from AI. So this is one other solution which you can definitely use to generate it. And there is something called Copilot in Edge browser as well. Here you see on the top right, it's already available to many people. You just need to log in with your account, and here is the Copilot. If you click on Copilot, this is Bing Copilot, which means that if you want anything, you can just write, or if you want to generate images, you can do that. So here, if you see compose, and here you see chat. For example, I'm selecting something here. And if you see here, it says that, okay, you selected this, jumpstart your creativity. If you want to find more, just say send. What do you want? Explain, revise, expand. Right? Just say explain. So what it does is it's trying to explain me what does that mean. So you go to any page, and if you want to get any information, you just select it. Then it will basically say that, okay, they have selected something like this. What do you want to do about it? So this Bing Copilot has chat, compose, and some insights. For example, you wanted to create a YouTube video and you are trying to upload a YouTube video, and you wanted to write the title, or you wanted to write the description of it. Then you can say compose, and what language you want. Is it professional, funny, whatever you want, which format, in an email format, blog format, or if you are writing a blog, You just say that what blog you need to write, and then select this. And length, I want long, and then I want it casual. Let's say that create blog on Python. Let's go. So what it does is click on generate draft, then it is going to create the preview. So now if you are going to write a blog, then you can immediately use this. So primarily what Microsoft is trying to do, or any other company is going to do, is that they are trying to bring AI into everything we use in short. And that is called generative AI, and they are coming in as plugins to all your softwares. Now, where we are heading, for example, you have an application. For example, you say that you have a Instagram, and you have, let's say you have Facebook or something like that. So you have an image and you wanted to upload that image into Facebook, WhatsApp status, Instagram status, or something, etc. You have to go to each app and you upload it, and then you will find it later, see it. But then now these AI things, plugins, are in a way that you will go and you will say that upload my recent picture into Facebook, then it will upload it. Things I don't know. I'm just giving some social media examples, may not be right, but if you have an application sooner, how is the future? So let's talk about what is the future. The future is all co-pilots and autopilots, in every application. So people will be using it day in, day out. So every application which will have AI, and then you will be able to use that AI knowingly, unknowingly. You will be paying little extra, but then these are really, really helpful. This will increase your productivity. There is some disadvantages, like this can be incorrect, this can be biased. So sometimes they will manipulate our decisions with this AI related tools. That's a big topic of bias and incorrect information from AI. But then every application is definitely going to come with this generative AI concepts. So you should be really ready for this. What we have to do right now is understanding what is happening in the market, trying it beforehand. Even if it is taking, like, you wanted to do a course or you wanted to spend some money for license, do it, learn it. Because now the people who can understand this Copilot, and you will sit within the next 1-2 months, they will be getting when the job market opens, they will be the number one who will be getting, like, you say that I'm a generative AI usage expert, and how to use it. Primarily, we don't have to know data science, machine learning, this, that to do it. What business needs it? Whatever is available in the market, can we directly use it for my business? So, for example, we write responses to requests for proposals. So, client keeps requests for proposals, and we need to create responses to that request for proposals. And we have been doing this manually for years. So now what you can do is you can use AI, give the older document and give the request for proposal, and it will create a new altogether. Then review it and then do it. So similarly, you have 200, 300 document page where you have some, let's say you have something related to permits, and no one knows what is the limit of a permit or something else. But you ask a question within the document saying that, hey, what is the limit for 5-story building or 7-story building in Hyderabad? Then it will give answer looking into the document or the permits, which is as per the government. So those things will be really, really helpful. These are AI. In older ways, we used to do it manually, or sometimes it will be very hard to do it, but now we are able to do it very easily. There is also something called M365 Copilot or M365 Chat, which will be really helpful to look into all your enterprise data and give answer. Let me see if I can showcase that. With that, I will end, and then I'll start the question answers. But for the people who are beginners, to the people who are already working in IT, and to the people who are into this domain or not into this domain, this is the right time to grab the opportunity and learn something which is a byproduct of AI, like copilots. And tomorrow we'll have application copilots. Application copilots in the sense, for example, you think of your own systems where you have your project management systems, your document management systems, your any other systems where you have things. Today, for example, there is a project management system and you need to create a new project. So you come to your project page, click on new project and give the project name, give the project description, upload the images, create who is the project owner, all you give and click on submit, then a project is created. Then you need to add resources to it, you will do it. But the new way of doing things will be application copilot. Application copilot in your application, instead of doing the traditional way, there will be a chat area or plugin where you will say that create a new project with this name, with this description, with this people. Then it will automatically create it. You don't have to manually go click each thing and enter things into it. So that's called application copilots. Microsoft is extending the power of Copilot so that you can use it for your specific application. So extension of this existing Copilots are also coming. So if you are a developer, then extending the power of Copilot to your applications, which is called application Copilot, that's something which is something the next level. But for beginners, you can just go ahead and start using some things in Bing is free, some things in AWS is free, something in other areas are free. But how to get the Copilot? Only through organizations at this point. Sooner, maybe they will be giving some kind of trial or things like that. At this point, it's expensive, $30 per person per month, and only through organizations it's possible, I guess. Right. Last one is there's something called M365 chat. What is M365 chat is you have a lot of data within your Microsoft things. So if you want to get information from your whole Microsoft thing, then you can ask a question and you will be able to get the outcome. So that's M365 Copilot. M365 chat is a AI chat where you can chat with your information, with your organization's information, with your M365 data information, whether the data is in Excel, Word, PowerPoint, or SharePoint, OneDrive, wherever it can be the data, or whichever you have access to. There is also another big question on security and privacy. That's another big topic which we can discuss for a long time. But for now, Microsoft says that if you have access and you are using AI, then AI has the access to do it. If you don't have the access, then you don't have your AI or your AI plugins cannot access it. The last one is the Power Platform Copilot. Yeah, this one.
Next Generation AI and Power Platform is changing how you develop low-code applications. Now with Power Platform, you can use natural language to bring ideas to life in a new design experience. With Copilot and Power Apps, describe your app in a few simple words, and Next Generation AI will create your app and help you refine and update it. With Copilot and Power Automate, building flows to automate your world has never been easier. You can start by describing your process in a few simple sentences, and Power Automate will build your flow. With Copilot and Power Virtual Agents, building a complex chatbot to answer and manage internal and external conversations has never been simpler. And with the AI Builder, you have access to the Azure OpenAI model in a low-code experience to configure and embed next-generation AI to generate, summarize, classify, translate text, and more in your apps and flows in a few clicks. The future of low-code starts today. Imagine it, describe it, Power Platform builds it.
Yeah, if you now write how to describe it, things can be built with AI. That's the end of this session. So let's open the floor for Q&A. Abrar bhai, if you are there, can you highlight me some of the questions so I can answer? If you have screening through the comments. Abrar bhai, are you there? Okay, maybe I'll go through it. No, it's available on YouTube without premium subscription. I'll send the links. Maybe, yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to send you this, but you can go to the channel and you can see a lot many videos. So I'm sending it here in the chat window. So,
Assalamu alaikum.
yeah, walaikum assalam.
Just want to know a little bit confused about the difference between the autopilot and copilot. Because sometime I have been hands-on on autopilot. I think I mentioned in the chat already.
Okay, what autopilot you are mentioning? I mean, I'm talking about Microsoft Copilot. If there is the autopilot.
I'm talking about Microsoft Autopilot only, where the OS will be totally customized as per the customer requirement, as well as apps also, where it will be totally centralized, controlled on the cloud. But they will be deployed even in hybrid. Maybe it is a little bit older. Now it has been totally pushed to cloud environment.
It's a completely different thing then. Autopilot, Copilot is completely AI related thing, bringing plugins to existing thing. Autopilot, not aware, but that's not comparison with this Copilot. This is an AI thing which they are trying to bring it to every Microsoft product. But Autopilot, which you are talking, may be a different thing. But generally,
got it. Okay, yeah. got it.
What about Mac? Does it work on Mac? If you have Windows OS on Mac, it will work on Mac. Mac is just PC, and then there is a OS. But then if you have Windows OS on Mac, by the way, I'm using Mac, but I have right now, which I'm sharing, is Windows. Yeah, install M365. With latest M365, you get Copilot, but then you need to have a subscription, which you get through your organization. But for example, Bing Copilot, if you have Edge, then it is free. Bing Image Creation, that is free. AWS Code Whisperer, which is kind of GitHub Copilot, that is free. Yeah, you will get only with M365 enterprise accounts for now. Wait for a bit more. They will be opening up to general public, and then you might get trials as well. Just keep an eye on Copilots. Yeah, this is a good question. Can you create sample data? So you go here, say that try an example, start with an example. So click on this. So here is the data. It has generated the data simply. So Copilot can generate sample as well. So here is a simple example it has created. Now within this generated data, show some insights. So you go ahead and here it is the insights. Can I see add all insights to the grid? If you see this, it has created insights. Yeah, here is the insights of the data. So that easy it is. If you know right what you need to do, you can use Copilot to do it. Yeah, the sample records. If you say 1,000 sample records I need, just give that command. It will be basically whatever you need, like how you are asking me question. you go ahead and ask here, and then it will create it. For example, I'm copying sample data of 1,000 records. So I'm going to new sheet, and then I'm going system sheet. That's it. Say that add sample 100 records, then it's going to create 100 sample records. Basically, you're trying to do exactly what you're asking me question. You will ask there, and then it will be able to do that. For live meeting happening in multiple languages, translation, yeah, there are some limitations to Copilot. For example, if we are talking about Teams Copilot, at this point, I guess it works only with English language, but they're working on more languages, or maybe they have very limited set of languages. They keep, like, today, if I answer this question, it works only with English. Tomorrow, they are adding Chinese or some other language. So and even the documents, for example, these documents, Word documents and other documents, at this point, only for a limited set of languages it works. But they are working on more languages as well. That's something, as we talk, Microsoft is doing in the backend. Copilot soon will work with other languages. At this point, I guess to begin with, it was working only with English. But after the general release, I guess it started working with little more languages. Live meetings, same thing. It works with English at this point, but sooner it will be working with other things as well. DB format, automated DB customized database. Microsoft, the one which I have showcased in Power Platform, they have their own database called Dataverse. So it creates tables in Dataverse. So that's something different topic out of the scope for this meeting. But yes, it creates database table in a particular database called Dataverse. But at this point, that is Power Platform Copilot. But there will be new Copilots coming where you can add for your own database as well. Microsoft program code generator product is called GitHub Copilot. That's called GitHub Copilot. Which tool can read the PDF or Word files or ebooks? So for example, you have a Word document for ebook. You can just use Word, and then, for example, if you want a Q&A, ask a question about this document. So what you do is ask a question about this document, and then you can ask a question if you have a question. I'm not sure which tool can read Word directly. Had hands-on on autopilot. No, I don't know this one. Machine learning and deep learning design and program scaling will not be required now because Gen AI Copilot. Exactly, that's the point. So now there is two different things people should understand. AI development is different. AI usage is different. This we need to really understand. AI development needs machine learning and deep learning, and then you are developing something brand new. AI usage is understanding what existing AI can do and use it for your use cases. What I do. I'm not a AI data scientist, but I am good at understanding what's the outcomes of this AI and use it for our business. That's what I'm trying to say to in this session, that start understanding what AI outcomes can be and try to push it to your business use cases, or try to push it for your studies or research or anything. So we don't have to be an expert. Honestly speaking, sooner all the data scientists and everyone will be one or the other way trying to use this LLMs or other things to depend on those things, or developing something, another LLM or generative AI things. It's way bigger, like 0.001% people can do it. But usage, if you start doing it right now, you should be able to become the champ of using AI to your field. For example, I work in construction industry and I wanted to use generative AI for my industry. That makes me ahead in the game using this generative AI. Can you please provide a roadmap on how to make careers in AI if I'm starting from fresh? As I said, AI development is a big thing which needs a big uh, like you should be a guru of many things in machine learning, deep learning. But there is other way using of AI. So for that, what you need to know is, first thing is knowing the updates of AI world. For example, there is a large language model released, why it is used, how it is used, and what is the purpose of it. There is AI which can generate videos now. So for example, people are creating this YouTube shorts, right? AI can create YouTube shorts. AI can create images, image arts. So now if you know it really well, how to generate videos with AI, or how to generate GIFs with AI, how to generate images with AI, then you can actually do freelancing. You can start your career in somewhere with AI. So usage of AI is something which you need to know. Then push that usage of AI to a use case. For example, you are working as some Android developer, or you are working as some testing person or something else. Push AI into that. There is no field where you cannot push AI. For example, Copilot, you are working in an organization and people are not aware of Copilot, and you go and talk to your management saying that Copilot is really helpful. Let's go ahead and explore it. I have seen something and I can help you drive this initiative. We did it. Mine is not an technical company, but still we are into Microsoft thing even before it got released, because we started thinking in that directions. So if you're working in something, try to push that towards AI use case. And then if you're unrelated, say that there are many things coming up, let's go ahead and try this Copilot, because there's no organization who doesn't use Microsoft products like Word, Excel, but all these things can be done. AI is vast. To make a career, you first need to be good in Python, Java. You can contact me. Yeah, to develop something in AI, we need something like Python. To use AI, we need some basic knowledge. Thank you. Yeah, sorry, copied. How can full stack development use the stand out of the crowd? So full stack development is another big thing. So as I said, GitHub Copilot is going to be used a lot in full stack developers, by full stack developers. If you are writing code manually today, then you don't have to. You can use AWS Whisperer or GitHub Copilot. The time it reduces is like 70%. Whatever you write, whatever we write, or whatever the AI writes, and then review it, that is much better. For example, you have to follow some standards, you have to follow some guidelines. The code has to be passed by SonarQube, or you need to write unit test cases for it. AI can do it, like GitHub Copilot. The first industry I'm worried is that software industry is the first industry which will be disrupted with AI, because most of the things which we can do can be done by AI. I'm in recruitment. Do you have any Copilot that helps in recruitment? Any department. My only suggestion is any department can use Copilot. There is no limitation on it. If you have your recruitment drives and things in Excel, Word, PowerPoint, things like that, you can use Copilot. Just get one license for your HR department and say that we can use Copilot for creating the documentations, or you have HR policies or things like that, or maybe for recruitment. In fact, for example, LinkedIn is also coming up with a LinkedIn Copilot. Recruiters can use AI in LinkedIn, and earlier job search, those things are manual, but now you can just type in what you need and you should be able to get. So LinkedIn Copilot, it's called LinkedIn AI or LinkedIn Copilot, that is also coming up. All Microsoft products will come up with AI. And LinkedIn, if you, I think there is a video, Google it, you should be seeing LinkedIn AI or LinkedIn. This has been, I think, just in a week back it has released. Which tool can read PDF Word? I'm not sure what does this mean. If you want to explain which tool can read, in the sense you want to read automatically or you want to do anything, then autopilots is different. I'm not sure what we are trying to ask. This Copilot, don't get confused with the word Copilot. Copilot is an AI assistant. Autopilot in general means it can automatically, for example, Tesla can automatically run. You don't have to drive. So autopilot means human intervention is not needed. It's the terminology. Don't get confused with autopilot, Copilot. What we are trying to showcase in this session is Microsoft Copilot, which is an AI assistant. This Copilot use Azure Cognitive Copilot in the backend use Azure OpenAI service, and it's on GPT 3.5 or GPT 4. It's again OpenAI model which is deployed in Azure within your tenant. If you want to know what's been, how to train a module based on particular book. I'm not sure what do you want to train, but these models are generally trained which you can get answers without even training anything. And these co-pilots are some things which doesn't, as in terms of security and privacy, there is a question, whatever the information that is generated or that is read, will these be used for retraining purposes? No.
Shahansha bhai, I want like a question to be asked from the book, like a summary of the pages,
Yeah.
quiz, getting the quiz for question and MCQ questions on the pages like that. So how to train means I want to generative AI to be generated based on my particular book only, not the other context.
Right. Okay, you need to create a chatbot based on your book, for example.
Yes.
Mm, there is something called Power Virtual Agents. You can try that, but then who is the audience for your book?
Student.
Students. Okay. Yeah, you can create a chatbot and give the context of your book to that chatbot. You can use Python or you can use Power Virtual Agents. This is not right out of the box like Copilot. Here you have, for example, you have your book and you say that ask a question, and then you ask the question here, it will be able to answer. But your context is not you are doing yourself. Your context is someone else has to use your book and ask questions and get the answers. For example, there is books like Quran, and there are books like religious or some study books, uh, like from first standard to 10th standard. Then what you can do is we can use Power Virtual Agents or Python to specify this GPT towards that specific context of your book. That's possible. I can send you links. You can reach me on the LinkedIn. I will showcase, but that's more of an development work rather than the end user.
Yeah, I'm a developer, Shahansha bhai, so I have a requirement in my company.
Yeah, I can share. You need to use Azure Cognitive Search Services to do it. Azure Cognitive Search Service can look into your existing documents. So doc Q&A is another big thing. Which I didn't showcase in this, but there is a Power Virtual Agent chatbot which can look into your documents and give answers for you. Things.
Okay.
These documents can be enterprise documents, personal documents, and it can look into those documents and get the answers from those documents. Power Virtual Agents generative answers. Google this Power Virtual Agents generative answers, then you will see what you need. We
Okay,
want
for
to
sure.
integrate the Teams and Google Classroom in our software. I think the same user, right? No, we want to integrate the Teams and Google Classroom in our software. What's the best way using it here? I'm not sure exactly what does this mean, but Microsoft and Google are two different things. Integration of these things is not that easy.
No, what I mean to say, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Yes.
See, we have a tech platform, and we also now part of the Microsoft Founders Hub. For online classroom solution, we are currently integrated with Zoom, Big Blue Button, and the Cisco WebEx. So now we want to integrate for online classroom, Microsoft Team and Google Classroom. One is like a general method, like the way we do integrate through API.
Okay.
So is there any way we can leverage this AI Copilot and make use of it?
I need to look into that. I can't answer right away with that question.
Sure, I'll connect you personally, inshallah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
MS GitHub Copilot. Yeah. So GitHub Copilot are these products which you are seeing right now has from other companies, for example, Google, for example, Amazon. So these have alternatives. I'll show you one very good alternative for GitHub Copilot. So there is something called AWS Whisperer. So AWS Whisperer for VS Code is free for users. So if you are a developer, because GitHub Copilot needs a payment, this is free for developers. So you can use this in Visual Studio Code. Believe me, this is able to get your code reduced. Okay, so use this one, and then in Google is also another service which is Cody. You can use that, but I think Cody is also priced. I'm not sure.
Do you have an extension for this in Visual Studio Code?
Yes, AWS Whisperer has extension for sure.
Okay, thank you.
This is really helpful. If you have not given a try, give a try for AWS Code. You guys go on mute, please. Not many sounds. So here, once you have it, you click here. Let me see if I can showcase. I know I've been taking so much of time. If you want to drop, you can drop. But for developers, this is really, really helpful.
Can we use this AWS Whisperer for any language like SQL or Power BI?
Yes.
Or
Not Power BI. I mean, for Python, C#, Java, for those things.
SQL Server?
Yeah, SQL Server as well as, yeah, it can generate queries. Let me see. Yeah, connect to AWS. Let me see if I can connect. I can quickly showcase how it works.
So through VS Code, are you connecting to AWS?
AWS Studio. You need to install AWS Code Whisperer extension, and then you say connect. Once you say connect, it will go and ask in your browser with the accounts. I mean, with your Amazon account. It's free, by the way. It's not paid.
Okay.
So if you connect, let me see. Once you connect, then you should be able to do whatever you wanted to do. I'll showcase a simple example once it connects. It's taking longer time than expected. Yeah, it's connected. Oh. Yeah, sorry, I don't remember the login, but you can use AWS Whisperer, which is free. Once you connect, you just write the command. For example, if you want to write a program or module or do anything. So this is TypeScript, Java, Python, C#. These are all things that are available, I guess. But this is expanding. This is really, really helpful. Give it a try. I think 15 languages are supported at this point.
So what is the difference we are getting also from ChatGPT? No? ChatGPT also getting the code.
You need to copy paste, right? This will write within your IDE directly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, got it.
No, within your code, it understands your code and then it will debug the code. It does a lot of different things.
Oh.
See, ultimately, ChatGPT can do things, but we are trying to bring what ChatGPT can do to all the products so that it makes lives easier. That's the Copilot. How Copilot could be used for stock market with any trading. This is something which I don't know. This is out of scope, but you can build Copilot for your stock market applications. But this is beyond my capability. How can you do business by creating enterprises or companies, IT or non-IT, by boosting for equity or income?
That is catering business, not creating business.
Sorry, catering enterprises. So there is a big scope of AI consultancy, AI services. I think at this point, if you see companies like Infosys, Deloitte, Cognizant, Accenture, they are investing billions of dollars in improving the AI, learning the AI capabilities within the existing employees, and so that they can cater AI market to general enterprises and companies. So what The scope is, if you are an AI consultancy services at this point, and then showcase the outcomes right away, or help companies to use AI to solve decade-long problems, then it should be something where we can. I see that there is a huge scope for it. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but AI consulting is something which I see will be helpful for many companies and enterprises to boost their productivity. Anyone wants to add?
To add on to that question, so I've seen a couple of problems with the existing enterprises or with the existing solutions where they do like a lot of things manually or with very less automated things. So I was thinking like, okay, if we can give them some sample or something that they can try and get their systems to automated level, it would be great. And to start with, like, is there any existing solution or
Power Platform is the solution which you are asking, because see, the biggest problem with enterprises that are non-IT are they don't know exactly how to work with data lakes, huge data, enterprise data, and then they don't know how to work on automations and applications analytics. What we have to do is we need to create a way that can be easily done and with short time. Like you can't take 1 year. What happened is enterprises has already invested in things like data lake, in things like machine learning, artificial intelligence, but even after 1 year, 2 years, they don't get any outcome. So that's the reason people are moving towards low code, no code, are moving towards using the end solutions of generative AI rather than building something on their own. Even non-IT companies tried doing something in AI ML, but every company, almost I think less than 3% companies succeeded in pushing something into production with AI. But today, with the help of LLMs, with the help of generative AI, any company can get started and use it right away with any employee because of this things like Copilot. So at this point, what you can do is low code, no code solutions and AI solutions, which you can immediately see outcomes. Like if they are doing something manually today and you go and say that Power Platform can do your solution and we need just 2 weeks to develop it, and they're like, okay, let's do it, and we can showcase the outcomes within that time, and especially with the AI boost.
one is low code, no code. Another one, which one did you say?
AI, like Copilot.
Okay.
Low code, no code, like Microsoft Power Platform, and the other one is like Microsoft Copilot. Yeah, I think with that we'll close the session. Yeah, by
Shahansha, one last question, sorry.
yes.
Yeah, when we are using the Copilot, do we need to specifically mention, like, go and pull the data from specific resources like OneDrive or SharePoint?
Yes, we can do that. Reference a file.
Okay, I have a use case where I want to create a documentation for the developers. We have data available across the system, right? Like SharePoint and other places. So can we create the documentation by giving inputs to the Copilot, go and pull this information?
That's exactly
possible.
That's exactly the use case. That's possible.
Oh, okay, perfect.
So basically, here you can
the Copilot. The Copilot uses the organization data, which is the private data, whereas the chat GPT and other stuff, they use the public data available on the internet.
You can think that way.
Can we ask a Copilot to pull the outside data as well, or it's specific to the organization data?
See, Copilot uses a model called GPT. Again, others can drop. Copilots can use some data which is trained on a model called GPT-3 or GPT 3.5 or GPT-4. So this GPT-3, 3.5, GPT-4 already comes with a huge volumes of data. And that model we have installed within our enterprise setup, which means that it already has huge data within the model, which it can pull. It won't be pulling from outside, but it is within the model to pull it.
Okay.
And then the next thing is, now you give the context of your enterprise data to it so that it can pull the answers from it. For example, I'm saying reference a file, and I have my enterprise data where I can reference the document and giving to GPT. and this GPT will go through those files and create the content for me. So basically, you are giving a context to GPT. For example, in ChatGPT, you go and give a para from your organization data and say that can you summarize this page? Then it will summarize, but you are using your organization data as context. Similarly here, there is model, there is already data inside that model, or there is already algorithms and stuff in that model where it will be giving it in generic, as well as it will be referencing to your organization's data and give you outcomes.
Okay. And that data can be in any format, right? We can ask Copilot to go and check for text data as well as video. Like we have some video trainings which are already available on Substack.
Videos at this point, no. They will be coming up. Or maybe there is something like Stream Copilot. I don't remember, but they are coming up with Copilots for everything. For example, you have your video stream, it can directly pull the transcript from the stream. I think there is Stream Copilot as well. So basically what they need is from video, if you upload it to Stream or somewhere, you have the transcript. If you have the transcript, Copilot can work on it. And that's how they are doing Teams. In Teams, what they do is it generally records everything, and recording already has the transcript, and that transcript will be used to answer the questions or summarize the things in the backend.
Okay, got it.
Shahansha,
Thank you
man,
so much, Shahansha.
man,
This is
what
very really informative.
Okay, we are way beyond the time for 1 hour. We'll close this. If you have any further questions, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn or to my website, or to you, Abrar bhai, if you are still there.
Yeah, Jazakallah, Shahansha bhai. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and giving us your time, valuable time. And thanks to the audience also, everyone for joining. So inshallah, we'll keep on having webinars in future. So with this, we close this session, inshallah.
Yeah,
thanks, everyone.
Jazakallah khair, Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much. Nice of you.
Thank you.